Hi everyone and welcome to the Hermetic Shaman. My name is Jayme, and if you're new here, I am so glad that you have found your way to this space. If you are returning, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your continued support. Today's reading is a general message for the sign of Virgo. This could be Virgo anywhere in your birth chart. Cross-watchers, you're welcome as well. Flip the roles however you see fit. But everyone, please only take what resonates with you in your personal situation and gently release what doesn't. If you're interested in booking a personal reading or a session with me, you'll find the link to my website in the description box below. For those on TikTok, you'll find that right on my profile. And if this message supports you in any way, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and for those on YouTube, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a reading. Alrighty y'all, let us get into it. Let's open up the space. I call upon my full divine counsel in this sacred moment. Yahweh, eternal flame and sovereign creator. Elohim, divine architects of form and frequency. Sophia, holy mother of wisdom, womb, and word. Papa Legba, opener of the gates, keeper of the crossroads. Hecate, queen of witches, guardian of shadow and flame. Yeshua, ascended master of unconditional love and truth. My beloved ancestors of the blood, spirit, and stars. The archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, and the eternal light of my Lyran soul, stand with me now. Surround this space in truth, clarity, and protection. Let every card reveal only what serves the highest path. Let falsehood fall. Let wisdom rise. May I be a clear vessel for divine messages. May my words honor both shadow and light. May no harm enter, no distortion pass through. I read as Flamekeeper, Priest, and Sovereign Starseed. I read with purpose, integrity, and divine permission. I open this reading in full trust and alignment. So it is, so it has always been, and so it shall be. Alrighty, Virgo, we are going to be beginning with the tarot dice. Things might get a little loud, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume, at least for a hot minute anyway. Universe and divine counsel. What is going on in Virgo energy, and what is it that Virgo needs to know at this time? Okay, only one came out. But at least it's a good one. It's the Wheel of Fortune, and it looks like the wheel is going to be turning in your favor. It is sideways, and I'm taking it as if it's upright, but it's crossing. So currently, right now, things are getting ready to shift. The wheels are already in motion in regards to you stepping into some kind of next phase of your life, and it's going to be a positive one. You're coming out of the darkness here. We do have the moon reversed. You're coming out of the darkness. You've broken free from the illusion. You've broken free from the trap. Sorry, Virgo. I just noticed I made a boo-boo. But that's okay. But oh, before I forget, happy birthday to my fellow Virgos. 333, as I said that on the timer. Happy birthday to us. Let me get back to the reading, though. You've broken free from some kind of illusion. This could have been an illusion that somebody here was casting over you. I'm also feeling this is like a double-ended. So there were people here actively wanting to cover up who you were. So they were intentionally causing chaos. Just so that you could question yourself. And also, at the same time, I feel like some of the illusions as well, Virgo, was maybe the ones that you were placing over yourself. Oh, it's not perfect enough, right? I just had to fix that. And as a Virgo, normally before, I usually check everything, and I thought that I did. But sometimes you have to roll with the punches. You have to roll with what life throws at you. And it's not about controlling everything, but only controlling the things that you can. You broke free from some kind of an illusion here. You guys could have been dealing with the Cancer. I do have death reversed here, though. There's definitely been this energy here that was refusing to allow you to transform. This could have been somebody here that was like actively working against you, but pretending like they were on your team. And I feel like the questions that you internalize and that you received answers for, when you kept asking, why aren't things working out? Why aren't things going in my favor? After a while, not only did you adapt, right? Because you are always maybe like, oh, maybe I need to do it like this, or maybe I need to change this. Or not only did you adapt and transformed internally, you also wisened up. Because I feel like there was also a point here where you got, it's like this fast-paced moving energy. I feel like you have been hindered here from talking and you just want to get it off your chest. There's this energy here that you have had to bite your tongue. And you've really have had to contain everything that you were going through. Inside, you really had to internalize everything. Because I feel like there was a period and a moment here where you felt like there was nobody here that you could trust. Or feeling like you were in this alone. Like there was nobody on this realm that you could trust. But you broke free from that illusion that was cast over you. And I really do feel like it was somebody here who was using whatever information you were telling them. They were using it in order to like sabotage you, to create that chaos in your life. But acting like they were happy for you into your face. This could have been somebody here that you figured out was highly envious of you. Somebody here who was putting you into a competition with them. Because they were the ones that were threatened by your presence to begin with. But the wheel is turning in your favor. Wow, we have the star. Your prayers have been answered and divine intervention is in full swing. And we have the sun. This is going to lead to happiness. It's going to lead to freedom and it's going to lead to liberation. In this next cycle here, you will be able to feel like you can let your inner child out to play again. This has to do with perception. It's like people here were trying to like wanting you to feel outcast based on certain beliefs or attributes about you. But you broke the cycle. Some of you guys could have been dealing with the Scorpio. I do have Leo, Cancer, Aquarius energy here. You were dealing with somebody here who was refusing to evolve. That was their problem. That they tried to throw onto you. That you were somehow... like there was something wrong with you. Because somebody couldn't keep up. They couldn't accept some kind of a change. Universe, tell us more. I have the world and I have the moon. The end of the illusion. The end of the projection. Universe, tell us more. We have the Hermit. There you are, Virgo, pulling out right for your reading here. And with this 10 of Wands in the reverse, this is you realizing that you were carrying burdens and responsibilities that were never yours to carry in the first place. And that's what you found out when you went in. That's why the tide is turning in your favor, because you've wisened up. 10 of Cups, reverse, and the Magician. See, somebody here is crying over spilt milk right now. Because somebody realized they threw too many burdens and obstacles your way. And you only came out stronger on top. But not only that, somebody here is now crumbling under the weight of what it is that you have let go of. And now you are free and open to manifest whatever it is that you want, because you've acquired all of the tools. You've had all the tools all along. You've always had everything that you needed within you. Some of you are rising into your, into like that master creator energy right now. Like, you could be resonating with number 33. 333 did come out earlier when I said happy birthday to us. It's like somebody here was using your own power against you. Because the magician represents Gemini and Virgo, but it represents mercurial energy, which is our ruling planet. We are naturally, Geminis and Virgos are natural magicians. That's why Mercury retrograde doesn't really affect us as much. We're just like, whatever. What's new with us, you know? Somebody here is crying over spilt milk. Because it's given the energy of somebody here always thought that maybe you were going to be in their life, and that you would always accept and tolerate the behavior that they were giving you. But you wisened up and you said, I don't have to accept that. You reclaimed your sovereignty here with this strength, with this sun card. His strength card is still Leo energy. You had to put aside your ego for a moment. And maybe some of y'all even had to draw on its power. Because, you know, sometimes in the spiritual community, we always talk about dropping the ego, but it's also about coexisting and living with the ego. It's about knowing and understanding what we're fully capable of, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And knowing when and how to harness that. That's what you do with this Virgo, with this hermit energy. Universe, tell us more for Virgo, please. The Wheel of Fortune, upright. The wheel's already spinning in motion. You already did all the work. You've done all of the work. You are entering... It's not even like this master builder, like 22, like master creator number 33. Like somebody... somebody thought that they were taking you down. They were trying to bring you down a couple of pegs or a couple of notches, right? They wanted you down on the totem pole. But what they didn't see... Because what they saw was maybe you being isolated. Maybe you being alone. Right? Maybe acting a little mopey, right? Because sometimes Virgo, you know, sometimes Virgos, we can have that resting bitch face. Trust me, I know. You know, but people thought that you were just wasting away. Meanwhile, you were educating yourself. You were reading, studying up on new topics, doing your meditation, getting to the root cause of who you are and where it is that you want to go. You did the inner healing. You did the inner work. So somebody here thinking that they were taking you down a few pegs actually ended up raising you a few more than where you've been. And if they were intimidated of you then they're definitely frightened of you now. We have the Seven of Wands. You're not afraid to go up against the opposition. Because you know who you are. You can handle your own shit. Like, look at him. He's not afraid to... Like, he has 6 people rising up against him, and he's like, I'll knock all your shit out. I'll Jackie Chan this shit. Ace of Wands. And I'll do it quickly, because the 7 and the Ace is the 8 of Wands. And I'll do it quickly. I'll slap you outside your head before you even know what the hell even happened. Type of energy. You're making bold moves. You're taking risks. You're being unafraid, and you're also being unapologetic. Because you don't need to apologize for who you are. And sometimes you don't have to apologize for how that makes other people feel. Because that's not your problem. Universe, tell us more for Virgo, please. You know, I was going to do this reading a couple of days ago, Virgo, but something told me to just, no, wait a couple more days. And I was like, okay, Spirit. So there might have been some kind of recent shift here in the past couple of days. 7 of Cups in the reverse, the 2 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands. Somebody here wanted you confused. And somebody didn't want you to see how you had already won and they had already lost. Because this is somebody here losing all of their support, not receiving recognition. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, because somebody here was greedy. They rushed something, they didn't think ahead, they didn't do their due diligence. And this is somebody who could have been extremely greedy, extremely gluttonous, money hungry. Literally. It's the energy of do not count your chickens before they hatched, and that's what they did. Somebody could also be extremely overindulgent. Somebody could be highly dependent on some kind of substance or something here that they overdo in order to escape, in order, whatever it is that they do this in order to empower them. It's feeling like a substance of sorts. The 3 of Cups reversed, and the 4 of Pentacles reversed. The party is over, because you've decided to leave. You decided to no longer invest in this. You took back all of your energy, and you said, you know what, why am I still holding on to? Why am I still creating excuses for you? Queen of Swords. Why am I still making excuses for you? You're not making excuses for people anymore, and you're also not even trying to, get people to see your side. You're not over-explaining yourself anymore. Because people are going to listen and absorb whatever they want. With the 3 of Wands reverse, you decided to no longer move forward with this person because you don't see a future. You don't see where this can potentially go. You don't see growth. You don't see adventure. You don't see new horizons. You see more of the same old bullshit. See, and a strong part of discernment is being able to recognize patterns. Right? Because doing the same thing over and over again is the pure definition of crazy. You let go of this. That's why the tides are turning in your favor. The party is over. This person's no longer celebrating. They have nothing to celebrate. And they're the ones blinded, thinking that you did something to them. See, this is somebody here that for whatever reason, they decided to make you their enemy. And I don't even think this person can pinpoint a reason why they even dislike you, or why they even try to work this hard to go up against you. Because maybe it's in what you do and how you are that's like contradicts this person. And maybe this person doesn't like being compared to you, or that maybe that's what they feel like with that intimidation energy. But either way, Virgo, we don't care about that. We don't care about them. You're spitting facts at this time as the Queen of Swords. You were spitting facts, you were sticking to the truth, and it isn't about the feelings. And see, Virgo, one of your greatest gifts and ally is your tongue. It's your logic. That's your power. But with Pisces in our 7th house, you know, we can be a little emotional. But you've recovered from that. In whatever they did in order to pull out that emotion out of you, right, in order to lower your vibration, what it ended up doing was giving you like a crash course. Somebody was definitely trying to keep you binded to them in some kind of a contract. They were trying to make something look to be better than what it is. I'm looking at the dice here. But somebody here is heavily under judgment right now, and this judgment's happening really, really fast. And they're not going to be able to defend themselves. Wow, I shifted right to the tower. Something is going to get ready to go down for this person, Virgo. Because you learned the lesson, and they served their purpose. And their purpose was to make you rise. Universe, tell us more for Virgo, please. What's the tea here for Virgo? We have threatening, intimidating, threatened, and bothered. Somebody here is bothered with the fact that you're going to be traveling soon, or that you're going to be able to have forward movement, that you're not going to be stuck. This is somebody here who could potentially have been trying to keep you stuck in a love triangle, and this doesn't even have to be, like, romantic. Like, somebody here could have been wanting... Either way, somebody's going bankrupt, but it's like they wanted you trapped in a system here. Like, sometimes friends, or even family members, or even people in the workplace, they can put you in that love triangle dynamic. They can be third parties. Not unbeknownst to you. That them two have, like, a secret vendetta against you, or I don't know. Or, I don't know. This is somebody here that's been playing both sides of the situation, using you and using somebody else, but then talking to the other person bad about you, but I don't know. Or it's been something like that. That's the kind of energy. Universe, tell us more. Yeah, see? Somebody here's talking shit. Filing reports. Somebody's kids are at risk of being taken away. Maybe this person's going to have their children taken away for coming up against you. You're going to be receiving a jackpot, winning money. Or this is just your blessings finally coming in because they were on delay because there was a snake in your energy. Somebody here who just wanted attention, so they'll make shit up. Somebody here who will create illusions. They'll make shit up. Being extra overdramatic, crocodile tears. And somebody here who fake flexes. So this person's looking for attention and they fake flex. They act rich. They like to show off, act fancy. They want attention. They want to be seen. They don't like who they actually are, so they came up with this image on the outside of who they want the world to think that they are. And maybe that's why they were so intimidated with you, because you still shine and you still receive positive energy from people just for being who you are. And this person was threatened by you because you represent everything that they aren't. That they never were. And that they will never be. Universe, tell me more. I feel like you're ignoring this person. You're still taking your cat nap. See, that cat's like, whatever. I'm still here. I'm still beautiful. And somebody here is going under legal issues. Somebody here is going to have to deal with the courts, the judges, whether spiritually or physically here. And for some of you, somebody here could have been talking shit so much that there is enough. There is cause for defamation. For a defamation lawsuit, even. Either way, somebody's going to have to pay up for the things that they were saying about you, for the things that they made you believe, for the trials and the tribulations that they put you under that you didn't deserve to be put under. I almost feel like you were thrown to the flames But they didn't realize that you would rise as the phoenix. Universe, tell us more for Virgo. A bank failure. Somebody here is going to go through a bank failure. They're going to be bankrupt because of their envy. The record is definitely going to be set straight. Right, legal issues. Maybe somebody here is going to have to file for bankruptcy. Maybe they're going to lose everything. Maybe it's part of that tower crumbling down. I also feel like whatever was said about you made you miss out on opportunities. Made you struggle. Red lipstick stains. There's definitely evidence. And somebody here doesn't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it, and now they're falling into deep depression because now their guilt is setting in, because now they're waking up to the fact that they're realizing they never won. They never won. They're realizing that. They never won. And now they're realizing they maybe never even knew you to begin with. Because if they thought that they had won preemptively, like I said, then they never actually knew you. They never knew what you were actually capable of. Now they're all in their feelings. But they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear where they went wrong. They don't want to correct it. Keeping you a secret. That's part of that love triangle dynamic. That third party dynamic. Tired of the drama. And the record is going to be set straight. Somebody here was keeping you a secret. So this is somebody here who could have been always complaining about you, talking all this shit about you to other people, but then going back to what I said, but then they were still acting like they were your friend to your face to use you. And maybe that's what's coming out, is how somebody here was, and people are like, hold on, people are like, why were you talking all this shit about Virgo, but yet you were still dealing with them, or they're keeping a watchful eye on you. They're still attached to you somehow. And people are finding it out. We have a private relationship that's been destroyed because of some kind of outdated... Somebody here was trying to keep you secret. Trying to keep the fact that they were still trying to be connected to you because you gave them something. Like, again, I'm being very general here because this is a general reading. But, again, family, friend, lover, business. Take it for your situation. But somebody here was trying to keep you a secret in a sense where you still gave them something. But yet they talked shit about you behind your back, and they were actively working against you. Somebody could have even been trying to make false reports, saying that you are abusive or very neglectful, or that you don't take care of your responsibilities, to get you investigated. Because they were highly intimidated by you. And this could have to do with some kind of religious beliefs, with this outdatedness. But somebody here now has destroyed something because they were like, well, if you were afraid of this person, if you were afraid of Virgo, then why were you still hanging around with them? Why were you still living there? So it's whatever it is, their story, their illusion isn't adding up. And because I feel like you separated yourself with this hermit energy, like you were like, all right, if I'm the enemy, let me just stay in my little corner. And that's when they thought that they won. But in all actuality, they just set themselves up for their own downfall. Because they ended up exposing themselves. The tide is turning in your favor, and somebody's gonna have to answer. Somebody could literally be getting in trouble. Queen of Swords with this legal issues. Somebody here is definitely getting in trouble with the legal system. They're definitely going to be made to pay for everything that they've taken. And maybe that was part of the solution. Maybe they wanted you to be seen in a certain way, maybe by legal authority, by the people, right, that they were complaining to about you. Maybe in the justice system somehow, saying that, whatever, maybe you were crazy, you didn't deserve an inheritance that was being headed your way, so, I don't know, maybe they thought that they could take ownership of it, or be the beneficiary of something, so that way, you know what I mean? Like, to be, I don't know, like, to have control over it, and say that they're gonna use it for you, but they never did. Others of you, they just robbed you from opportunities, robbed you from blessings, robbed you from feeling worthy of. Universe, please tell us more for Virgo. We have 1111, portals open, make a wish, manifestation gateway. 2002, unity consciousness, dream bigger. And 66, sacred service, nurture others with grace. And, you know, part of nurturing others with grace is giving people the space to fail. Sometimes that's the only way people learn. The universe is asking you to dream bigger, and there's a manifestation portal here that is open to you at this time. But they're saying you deserve more. Dream bigger. So whatever you've been wanting, ask for more. You're being given the green light. It's time that you ask for more, Virgo. You need to ask for more. We have 1133. Use your voice. Inspire others with your truth. And simply being authentic to yourself is inspiring others with your truth. 311, awakening is here. Embrace your truth. Embrace your truth. Embrace all of you. You have awakened, and a portal is open to you. And you have definitely connected with the unity consciousness. You know, knowing that we are all one and that we are all connected. You see the bigger picture now. You can understand the bigger picture. You know how it all works. We have 2020, perfect vision, seeing things clearly. You know how things work. You see things clearly. You have perfect vision. You are awakened. And it's time for you to use your abilities and let the universe clean up whatever mess was still lingering because it was never yours to deal with in the first place. Alrighty, Virgo, we're going to close this out with an oracle from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha. Universe, please give us a final message for Virgo. We have joy, 47. That breaks down to an 11. It's time for you to manifest. That portal is open to you. Joy is the state of heart and soul. Joy happens when the heart and the soul unite. This union is to achieve expansion for a greater good related to your divine path. Joy can create in you a sense of contentment, acceptance, and serenity. Even when your life is in flux, you feel a deep knowing that whatever might happen will be for the highest good and for all involved. When you have this knowledge in you, it brings spiritual determination. Even through difficult circumstances, such as those that you may currently be undergoing, you will ultimately find your happiness. Through this card, Ganesha acknowledges your stress and exhaustion as you work to adapt to new patterns of behavior and release your old stories. You may not be happy right now, but you can experience joy in knowing that striving through a difficult situation is important. You are urged to realize that you came into this lifetime to undergo certain experiences and to learn very specific life lessons. Be honest with yourself. Allow yourself your feelings and emotions. Remember that if your heart is feeling wounded and its healing is taking place, you are likely grappling with deep feelings and sentiments that may have been repressed in you for lifetimes. Share your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and anxieties with those who can support you at this time. Joy will be the final outcome. Your energy and your inner light are shifting to reveal your life's grand plan. In this card, Ganesha holds garlands made of Iruku flowers, which have the ability to eliminate negative energy from the body and mind of a person. In your mind's eye, make an offering of garlands made of Iruku flowers to Ganesha. In exchange, Ganesha blesses you with good health and freedom from ailments. And that is what I have for y'all, Virgo. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. And once again, happy birthday. Ciao.